Good evening and welcome to another edition of the McGraw Report. I'm Harry McGraw, your host, and today we have another exciting guest on our show. From the Chicago Women in Trades organization, we have the program director, Miss Linda Hanna, on the show, and we're here talking about women in the trades. March is Women's Month, and we want to celebrate women and talk about opportunities for women to have careers, especially in the construction industry. And Linda's here to give you more information about the Chicago Women in Trades organization and some of the programs they have available. So give her a call at 312-738-1060. Now, first I want to say thank you once again, Linda, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Harry. It's great to be here with you.
You know, Linda and I go way back. She's a very dear friend of mine for many years. And she's been on the show before, back in the old studio, back on Green Street. And now she's here again in our fancy digs. What you think about our new studio?
It's very different. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, CAN TV has kind of stepped their game up a little bit and gave us this fancy facility. And we're here for you, Chicago, to talk to you about some of the wonderful things they have for women at Chicago Women in Trades. Now, Linda, since you've been over at CWIT, I know that they have had a lot of success, and some of the things that's going on there are really exciting, especially this new welding program you got. We want to tell the folks about that?
Yes, our welding program is 3 years old, and for the last 3 years we've been bringing women in who are interested in leaving their hard-working, low-paying jobs to move into a trade that is skilled, and most importantly, it is a job that's going to have a career. So to be in our welding program, you have to come in and you take an assessment. You must be prepared to be able to lift 50 pounds. And most importantly, you have to really want to commit to 12 weeks of training. The program is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 3:30 for your training. And at the end of 12 weeks, you will have your American Welding Certification, 10 hours of OSHA, and most importantly, you will have a skill that you can go out and work in the manufacturing. If you don't have a car, we can work in Chicago. There's a lot of great jobs within public transportation. If you have a car, you're able to go out to the suburbs and really make a big difference in how you can expand your job search. But Chicago Women in Trades, we do that. We have a job developer who is waiting patiently to get new people in and get them to work.
Well, you know, that's wonderful stuff. And, you know, CWIT is located right on the southwest side?
16th and Western.
Yeah, and so it's real easy to get to if you don't have a car. Public transportation goes by there, so you can really get there kind of easy. And one of the things that I like about Chicago Women in Trades is they have a very specific mission because, as we all know, the construction industry is a male-dominated field. And so to get more women involved is very crucial to the success not only in Chicago but around the country with the type of numbers that we're seeing on the entry level and the apprenticeships.
So when you look around the country, 3% of the skilled trades are women. In the Chicago area, it's 6%. Now, we can brag about it being double, but that's not nearly enough. Our job at Chicago Women in Trades is to create opportunities, prepare, and train the next generation of skilled trades folks. So as you know, it takes a lot of, and a certain person, not just a lot of everything, but it takes a very certain person. So we have a pre-apprenticeship program. Our goal is to prepare women to be able to successfully apply, test, and become the next journey level tradesperson. So if you come to Chicago Women in Trades to go into our construction program, you must have a high school diploma or GED, a valid driver's license, and be able to test on your math. And the math test is your basic, you really have to be able to do your multiplication tables fast, but you really do need to remember how to do those decimals and fractions, and you can go on a couple of websites, you can go look at your kids' books and get your math skills together. You also must always be prepared, whether it's welding or construction, to take a hair follicle drug test. So if you've been entertaining yourself, you need to find something else to do because this is serious opportunity and serious work. So in the construction industry, right now, there's 4 trades that are taking applications. If you come to Chicago Women in Trade, we're going to get your math skills high enough to be able to apply. On many of those tests, the electricians, the pipe fitters, the plumbers, we have women who score in the top 10% all the time.
Linda Hanna is our guest on the McGraw Report. Give her a call, 312-738-1060. We're talking about women in construction. If you are a female and you want to, change your career up a little bit, you might be looking for a second career. You never know. Or something that is totally new to you. You like being outdoors. You like working with your hands. This might be the perfect opportunity for you. And Linda Hanna's here to give you more information on it. So give her a call, 312-738-1060. Now, Linda, the kind of woman that you think would be a good candidate. I mean, I don't try to put anybody in a box or anything, but can you still keep your nails and all that kind of stuff? And can you still keep your hair done and still do this kind of work?
It's all within the reality of what you're doing, right? If you're going out making $17 an hour with the goal in 5 years to be making over $47 an hour, you'll cut your nails. You'll wear your hair in a different style. But more importantly, we have women who come to Chicago Women in Trades. They have college degrees, who have recently gotten their GED, who have done anything that you can imagine in terms of being teachers, being auditors. I had a number of nursing. Lots of people are leaving the medical profession, but what the most important thing is that all their life they have worked with their hands. They have tinkered around the house. They're the go-to person when somebody brings in a box from a store. The next thing you know, they've put together that furniture. And so these are the women who you have to be 18 years or older to become a member of Chicago Women in Trades. You must really be focused on doing this. So the Technical Opportunities Program, which is our pre-apprenticeship program, classes meet on 6 to 9:30 on Tuesday and Thursday nights and all day on Saturday. So you get a chance to get your math skills together. On Saturdays, you get a hands-on. I like to think of it as a taste of the trades.
Yeah, that's what it is. And, I know some women that get involved in it, they have that creative touch. Some people like to, really get fancy with the painting around the house or maybe do little things with their hands. And so they find themselves being pretty good tradesmen at the end of the day. So, and I know that there are many women out there that can count money real good. So the math skills can really help you in a big, big way. Linda Hanna is our guest on the McGraw Report. Give her a call, 312-738-1060. And if you have any kind of skill set that you want to enhance, this might be the perfect opportunity for you. Because I know in some cases, women, they have families, and they can't really make it with some of these entry-level positions that they got out here. Some of the big box stores, some of the jobs that they're offering at some of those places are very small wages, $10 or less. It's kind of hard for a woman with a family of 2 or more to even survive on that kind of money.
So what happens at Chicago Women in Trades is that we want to prepare women on careers and not just getting another job. So the welding program is extremely prepared to assist women. The classes that you go to from 9:30 to 3:30, Monday through Thursday, are free. You do not pay us to come to our program. We have the opportunity to take you into the welding booth.
And that's my price, free. I like that number.
Free. Take you into the welding booths. Welding is something that you learn in a booth. You do not get to sit at a desk. You go inside the booth, and if you have good hand-eye coordination, you're able to cut hair, or perhaps you have some very strong art skills. Becoming a welder might be just the best thing for you. So you start out at, between $12 and $13 an hour as an entry-level welder. However, as your skills increase, you quickly move up the ladder. We've had women from last year who became welders, and in 6 months they went from $11 to $15 an hour. It's hard work. You're standing on your feet. You're working sometimes in environments that mimic the weather outside. You could very easily be working in a really cold place or a hot place, but you're getting paid well. You're getting skills that you can move on. In the welding environment, there are some jobs that are union, but at Chicago Women in Trades, we want to give you a skill set that belongs to you and that you can go forward and become a very skilled worker.
Now, some of that stuff that you said is really, really good. I mean, most of it is transferable as actually, you can take the skill set and move on to other trades. You can just not have to be a welder. You can be an iron worker, whether it's an ornamental iron worker or a structural iron worker. And, one of the things that I think is really interesting about that, Linda, is, not just the wages, but the benefits. Right now they're talking a lot about repealing the, Affordable Care Act, or, as most people know, Obamacare. And they're trying to replace it with a package that's a little less for the lower to middle class people. And so a lot of those challenges will affect people's decisions when it comes to health care. Mm-hmm. And so getting into trades is a really big option, I think, to help people to take care of their families, especially women who have children.
Well, one of the things that we know at Chicago Women in Trades, there are as many different women who come up with all different kinds of combinations, but what we do know for sure is that women work really hard to take care of their families. And what we want them to do is to be able to have a skill that allows them to work, earn money. So for an example, if someone did want to go into the construction, and we're talking about these skilled apprenticeship programs, pipe fitters, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, there's a wide range of those. We want women to be prepared so that they are physically in good shape, academically, and most important, mentally prepared to go into a very challenging. So we don't take it lightly that you could easily be the only woman on a set. But what we want to make sure that you realize is that you can be prepared for that challenge. And Chicago Women in Trades just does an excellent job. So we've had hundreds of women that have gone through our program and now are working in these different industries. And what happens is that we just get so excited because we have an opportunity to bring them back. Last year, we hosted the WBN, which was the big huge workshop and a conference for women.
The Labor's Women's Conference.
Right. It was a big conference. It had never been held in Chicago before. And last year, 1,600 women who were inspiring tradeswomen, who were retired tradeswomen, came to Chicago. And it was an incredible opportunity. We had workshops, we had seminars, we had hands-on events, and we did such a great job that we're doing it again this year in October. For women to come to Chicago, and it's going to be held at McCormick Place this year. It's going to be in October, and it's an incredible opportunity for women around the world to come. We had women from Africa. We had women from Canada. It was just pretty exciting.
Well, we're going to definitely put that information on our website because we want you to know about that. So anytime we get hot news like that, we're going to make sure that we get that out there to you. And if you miss any of this information during our broadcast, you can go to our Twitter page or Instagram or Facebook, or you can send me an email at McGrawReport@gmail.com, and we'll be able to get that information back to you. Just send us the information, the question you might have, and we'll get in touch with Chicago Women in Trades and see where to get you the exact dates and times for these particular conferences. So I think it's a great, great opportunity for women in particular right now to step their game up and get involved in something that has long-term benefits. We're talking pensions. We're talking health care. Oh, yeah. We're talking livable wages. We're talking about stability for your family. And in some cases, the training is free, like the welding program that Seawood is providing right now. In some cases, once you get into your apprenticeship program, you may have to get involved in buying some additional tools, but the long-term goal is to be stable and have a career. Now, whether you go into manufacturing, which it sounds like from what I hear what the president we're going to have a whole lot of manufacturing and a whole lot of infrastructure and construction jobs coming up in the near future. So if you're looking for a real long-term career as a woman, let's say you're a young lady, 20 years old, college is not for everybody. You know, sometimes a person will go to college for a year or two and they find themselves financially strapped. They might have student loan debt, $20,000, $30,000 for a semester or two, and then here comes the boom. Okay? So what do you do? What do you do for that? You know, I think the trades is a viable and productive alternative to those kind of choices.
So let's just make a really example so that people can really do the math for themselves. So let's say that I want to be an electrician.
Okay.
I would apply, I would test, I would be invited to come in and take a written test, which we prepare you for. Then there is a physical requirement to get into the electricians, which we prepare you for. And most importantly, you're going to do a hair follicle drug test. So then you start, and you go in and you're making $18 and some change an hour as a first-year apprentice. You move through the program. At the end of 5 years, you're now a journey level electrician. At that time, you're going to make $47 or maybe more, and you're going to now be debt-free because you did not pay for that application, for that money. You're going to be able to work. You're going to be able to earn money. And more importantly, you're going to have a skill set that belongs to you. And whether you're a carpenter, electrician, pipe fitter, plumber. So Chicago Women Trades, 312-942-1444. We're looking for you. We're looking for the next generation of women to come on in and join this incredible trend for women to get into these skilled careers.
Now, I know there's some women out there watching my show. And if you don't get a chance to talk to Linda today, I want you to go to my website, go to my Twitter page, send me something on Facebook or Instagram, or just send me an email at McGrawReport.com. Do not miss this opportunity, ladies. This is one of those seasons where if you act while the fire is hot, you can build yourself a career here. Now, I just want to give Linda a chance to wrap up and say a few final words. I know this has been a very quick show and a lot of information has been passed out. But I definitely want her to give the website and phone number one more time and make sure that you ladies know how to reach CWIT.
Chicago Women in Trades, 312-942-1444. We have a pre-apprenticeship program and a welding program. Both programs are free. You do need to come in. We're going to start our next pre-apprenticeship program April 11th. Come in every Wednesday. We have an info session. First and third Wednesday at 10:30, second and fourth Wednesday at 5:30. Come in, talk to us, ask any question you may have, and get in line so that you can get on board this train. We're moving quickly.
Well, I tell you, ladies, the last thing you want to do is miss this opportunity. I want to thank my guest, Linda Hanna, for coming on the show. It's been a real pleasure, Linda, and we're going to have you back again, as always. We really appreciate all the wealth of information and knowledge that you have.
Well, thank you, Harry. I just want to say thank you. It's always exciting to be on with you, and I love your new digs.
Oh, thank you so much. And we want to thank you, Chicago, for tuning in to the McGraw Report. Tune in next week where we'll have another exciting guest on our show. This is Linda Hanna of the Chicago Women in Trades. I'm Harry McGraw, and we'll see you next week on the McGraw Report. You have a very exciting day, and we'll talk to you next week.
Good night.